She's talking hamstrings and ankles. Okay, go.
Where does your quarterback situation stand right now?
We're getting ready for the ball game. We had planned well back in before the offseason even started to get to this game and second game, and Geno would be the starter in Lumen in the opening game, and then we would go through in the second game. So that's what we're trying to follow that if we can.
When you look back at the film from Saturday, what did you see from the quarterbacks?
They both did well. They both played well. Geno should have been 10 for 10. Had 2 drops and the ball on the sidelines. It should have been, and then a completed pass too. So he did everything we asked him. Had a heck of a 2-minute drive. Took care of the ball and ran a little bit. So he did good. Drew came right out, took us right down the field, and did well and popped the ball around and converted some third downs and he did good stuff. So I mean, that's what's been happening. They kind of continue to add to the kind of the work resume, and we're just trying to figure it out in time. So pleased with both guys so far.
Was your assessment on film the fumble the same as you said after the game? Or?
Yeah, I had to get it cleared up if we made the protection adjustment or not, and so to know where the responsibility was, because I hadn't talked to Drew officially yet. But yeah, he made a mistake. He needed to read the guy coming off the edge, and he didn't do it right, and so he got walloped, and he'll never miss that hot again. That was a great lesson.
What do you think of the offensive line, the rookie tackles?
I thought the guys did really well. That was my number one focus on praise and with the fellas, is that the guys up front played in the game like they've been practicing, and their consistency and our targeting, the communication. Austin did a great job, and as did Kyle, helping the guys get everything lined up. And you also their play was complemented by a really consistent performance by all the running backs. Everybody looked good. Everybody made yards, and pass protection was very solid. And so, yeah, it was a really good first game, and the 2 young tackles both did well.
Hey, with this a short game, the value was short.
I don't see any value in it other than it's fun to get back and play another game. But we don't get a good week of preparation like we would like to get. It's very as abbreviated as you can get, and so we make the most of it. It is good preparation for us. We'll have a Thursday night game during the season, and just to understand how crucial it is to make all of the preparations come to life in quick order. We'll have a sense for that, and we're racing against Chicago and how well they prepare, and hopefully we'll do a nice job and play a good football game here at home.
You consistently said Geno was in the lead. Is he still in the lead, and this is just part of the plan? Or?
This is part of the plan. Yeah, regardless of what happened, we were going to give Drew a chance to start a game and just see what happens. And fortunately, he's played really well, and he deserves a shot to play, just like everybody deserves a shot to play and show what they can do. So we've just been able to stick to it. If you remember back when, way back when we did this last time we were picking quarterbacks, we had 3 guys we were going through, and they were rotating with the ones and did that with the games as well. So it's somewhat the same format. Geno deserved more than that. He deserved the starting opportunity, and so that's how we came to settle on it.
Who's leading right now?
Pardon me?
Who's leading the competition?
Greg, I don't even have to say that, right? Geno's still the number 1 guy. He's holding on to his spot at this point, and so I really like what Drew has shown us, and so, you look at his passer rating, and some of the stuff that he did a great job. So both our guys can play. That's what we do know. They both can play.
Block's been around a few years. Do you still have to kind of say, look, don't change anything, don't add pressure, don't do anything differently if you're going to be the starter than you were the last 2 weeks? Or you have to have that conversation, though?
Are you talking about Geno? Oh, okay, gotcha.
His approach should not change. That's something you even talk to him about?
Drew and I have been talking that way since he got here, and we've been talking about the preparation for the opportunity and how we want to go about it, like from A to Z, everything about it, relationships, work habits, preparation, training, everything. So he's been right on point. He's done everything that he needs to do to this point to position himself to be a starting football player. And so we'll see how it goes.
You added a receiver. What's JJ bring to this team?
Well, this is a guy we really like coming out, and he's an aggressive catcher. The contested catch guy was really what we liked about him. He was so strong and physical and all that. made a lot of big plays. It was a really go-to guy in the program, at Stanford. So, he's unique. He's a big, strong kid. He was 225 coming out. He's like 230 right now. He was playing some tight end even for them. So, which we like all of that. That's just that diversity. I'm always looking for unique guys, and this guy brings something possibly unique. I can't tell you because he had about 5 plays today, so I can't tell you anything. But knowing who he is and knowing he's got terrific hands, he's got great catching range, and he's a physical kid. And he admits that, he's had to learn a lot about blocking, which just makes him better. And our guys all have to block. As a matter of fact, our receivers blocked really well this weekend, and not always finishing on the guys because they were really trying hard and really gave great effort. Well, he's going to have to fit into all that, and he's had some background that should help.
You mentioned after the game that it was maybe a little tough at times on the rookie cornerbacks to see Tariq come out and play like he did in this practice.
Well, yeah, I mean, hey, we're going to start rookies at corner. Great, okay, welcome to the NFL. He makes a mistake, touchdown pass, and Kobe's got his shot, and the guy does a great job of holding him off and makes a touchdown catch. He's right on the guy. So it's welcome to the league. And it's 14-0 before we know it. So, but both those guys showed tremendous competitive nature in that they bounced back and played really good. And the longer that we'll play a lot, he got a lot of plays out there. He was in position play after play after play. Did a really nice job. Missed a terrible tackle, for us. That was his first chance really, and both those guys, in particular, Tariq will tell you he was nervous. He was worked up. He never felt like that before. So, okay, well, we got through that. And once he settled in, he did very well. So, Kobe did a really nice job at the nickel spot. One of the things we want to see, he's as we've been saying, he's a gifted athlete, a gifted football player, and he's been a playmaker. In that position, there's a lot of stuff that happens in there, run and pass. And the more savvy a player he can be and see things and anticipate and all that, the opportunities are there. So, he did pretty well he had 2 days in real serious preparation for it. He'll get the next couple weeks to compete for playing time.
What's your thought on the defensive line so far, just overall, when you look with the edge guys, but just from what you saw overall?
And let's just use the game as somewhat of a gauge. To see Darryl and Chenna come at it, and understand the position, play the concepts well. You saw Darryl flash. Chenna was really tough, had a chance to make a couple plays in the backfield. And then it was really cool to see Boye. Boye, he made a couple plays, what you hope your rookie draft pick would do, and it was a beautiful first sack, caused fumble, the whole thing. We didn't get the ball, unfortunately, but it was a great play. And then the classy 4th-and-1 play, he gets a 10-yard sack, to give us the ball back to win the game. Holy cow, that's pretty good. Now he has a lot of plays in between that weren't very good, but he had some really good flash plays, and he showed range of ability. Helped us in the kicking game too. So that was good. Alton did a nice job too. So that spot looks pretty good. We're really big and strong inside, and as we mix our guys and do our stuff, I'm really anxious to see what Quentin adds to us. And Shelby made a couple plays in the game, but Quentin and Shelby are a little different than the big physical guys we got with Monet and Puna and Big Al. So we're looking for that combination and how to fit all that together. It makes sense to us, and we had a very good pass rush night. So it was better than we've been a little bit. So it's a good start.
Vi Jones looked like he was pretty active out there. What did you think of his play in his debut?
He made a couple beautiful plays. The sack he had, and I don't know if let's see, I can't remember the TV copy. I don't think showed how he came off and drilled the running back that was blocking him, and then made the play and finished on the sack. That's a terrific play. He has flashed like that at practice throughout, and mostly on the perimeter and all that. We move him around a little bit. We're going to make sure we see him in different spots to make sure that we have him in the right position. He's made a good impression on special teams coaches too, his ability and all that. So he's had a good start to camp, a really good start.
You likened Boye as in others to Cliff Averill. What are the similarities?
I know they just are similar in the way they look and their size and their speed and all that. I went back and measured up the whole thing, and they're really close and all that. We got Cliff later in his career after he'd already become a real factor, in the game, and had caused a bunch of fumbles. He was a great fumble causer, Well, how about Mafe first game, Shoot, it was awesome. They're both the same kind of speed, same kind of length. same kind of athleticism and flexibility. So they're just very similar, you know, in the range of their play. And Cliff was a great player for us, you know. So, you know, maybe.
We did see Ken Walker out there today.
Yeah, Ken's got a little. He got a little hernia thing that he's working on, and we got to get through that. So I don't know what to tell you yet, but it's something that we can attend to and all that, and we just got to make sure that he's okay by the opener. That's what we're shooting for. He had no back spasms today.
What'd you think of Charles and Abe as run blockers in the game?
Well, for you guys that do go back and look at the film, we ran a lot of stuff at Charles. He had a lot of front side stuff, and he did really well. Commanded his block, I mean, almost every play on the running game. But what was really exciting is to see Abe on the backside. Abe had some dominant blocks on the backside. I think he had three takedowns and he blasted a linebacker coming up on the second level, really nice. I mean, really good stuff, but it's not different than what we've seen. You know, that's the cool thing. Those guys practiced and played the same. So they were ready for the moment, you know, and they're ready for it, and they handle it really well. So I'm really fired up about this week and next week. These are two enormous opportunities for these guys to just gain confidence and settle in and you know, get with the cadence and all this stuff they got to do. We'll see different style players, so they need all of that. But really, really good first impression. And I'll tell you again, it's not any different than the impressions they made in practice. So the work that we've been giving them has worked out quite well.
What do you think Drew's running with the ones today, the team stuff?
I got to take a look at the film. Let me see it. I'm going to look at the film. I don't know. I thought he did fine. It was great to see him with those guys, you know, in the huddle in and out and all that kind of stuff. We did a couple extra things today just to give him some shots. You know, on a normal Thursday, it's all walk through the week. We did a couple drills out here to get a little bit more activity and stuff, just to take advantage, because it's a lousy deal that it's such a short week and his opportunity week, you know. But that's just the way it goes.
How close is he as Rich to getting going?
He's really close. He's doing more every day. He really was out there in practice some today. Took the some walkthrough reps. He had an MRI that really supported that he's almost back. So I don't know what that means, but I need to see him run full speed, and the trainer's not worried about it. You know, he's not quite there yet. But it's just, again, this week he's not going to play in this game. Yeah, he's doing well. I talked with Keith today. He's doing well, feeling good about it. You know, we're looking for the opener, see if we can get him ready for that.
Off nose, he said nose, but he says he's doing backside A stuff. What do you see in him for his size to be able to do that job?
Yeah, he's made good impressions. He's been competitive and all. The guy inside that really flashed was Miles, you know, this week, and made a couple big plays. A huge play on third down and a pass knockdown and all that. He did, but Matty did all right too. You know, those guys held up okay.
Tariq's interception today, so
no, I didn't. I didn't. It was just a flash. I know I can picture what happened. I saw the throw. We threw the ball back inside, and he came out of nowhere. I really can't wait to see that. You know, it was such a. He's the backside corner that made the play on the front side curl on that play. And that's, you know, now he knocked the ball down last week on a deep cross. No, it was a corner out from another receiver. Remember the one on the sidelines he made? Similar. I've not seen a corner make that play before. And that's back-to-back plays and back-to-back weeks, pretty special.
How has Justin Herbert been doing?
He's doing good. He's had a really good camp, competing at the spot. And he's given us a lot of confidence because he's got the experience and he's tough and all that. So he's picking stuff up well.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay.